Hey, what's going on, guys? We've got a 2011 Nissan Sentra here, and this repair will actually work on a lot of the Sentras, but basically what's going on is we've got a failed blower motor in this one. In fact, here's the old one. I've already got it pulled out. If you look on all data, the repair procedure actually requires pulling the entire dashboard, and this one pays something like 4.7 hours to remove and replace the blower motor. Basically what I'm going to do is show you how to do it without pulling the dashboard. Please, whatever you do, do not tell all data about this. They're already a bunch of buttholes, and they already rape most technicians on most jobs. This is one of the few that they just don't know about. But hopefully this will help you guys out, because if you take this to a dealer or take it to an aftermarket shop, they're going to charge you 5+ hours, including diagnostics, to actually replace that guy right there. Now, actual testing is somewhat of a pain in the butt, especially if it's hot, because you can see we've got the heater core hoses right there exposed, and they are very hot and they will burn the crap out of you. So you might need to let that cool down before you dig too far into this. But basically what you're going to need to do is remove the entire gas pedal assembly and brake pedal assembly. If you're not comfortable with disconnecting the push rod from the master cylinder, I wouldn't necessarily recommend this. You might be better off going the other route and pulling the entire dashboard. However, this can significantly speed you up. So here is the brake pedal assembly right here. Do not pull these out. These are adjusted. These take a special tool. I mean, you can kind of gauge them and figure out where they go, but it's a lot easier just to not disconnect these and just pull the electrical connectors out. And then there's going to be a harness, one clip here and one clip here that actually route down. Those are actually the wires for it. You've only got 4 bolts or 4 nuts to remove this. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 electrical connectors and 1 for the gas pedal assembly, which you'll see this gas pedal, this is just a rheostat. Very simple to remove this. Took me less than 10 minutes. The best thing that's going to be for you is a wobbly semi-deep socket is going to be your best friend, or just a wobbly with a semi-deep or a deep socket and a couple of extensions to get you out, to be able to remove all 4 of those. So remove the brake pedal assembly. The BCM, I'm going to crawl under there real quick and show you. There's 1 bolt that has to be removed, and then the entire thing lifts out of the way. Better to disconnect everything, negative battery cable and everything else. And I'll actually show you how to stuff this in there and how to get it out. Now, it is somewhat of a trick and it is somewhat of a fight. Take your time and be patient, because there's a lot of plastic, especially this right here, this motor, all this linkage that you don't want to break. Take your time. You can see where we did kind of scuff up that wall a little bit. Not a big deal. That's just a real light plastic foam covered backing. But basically what you're going to do is, if you look right up here, see that bracket and that empty hole right there? That's where the BCM bolts in. It takes 1 bolt to unmove it, and I actually was able to push it out of my way. It's a lot easier if you disconnect the negative battery cable and disconnect all the electrical connectors from it. That will get the BCM out of your way. Once the brake assembly is pulled apart, and I'll actually show you that. There isn't a whole lot to this one, which makes it super nice to actually disassemble, but you've got a cotter pin right here. This guy, I apologize, there's cotter pin, and then you have this pin that actually slides through, and you can see the hole through it where the cotter pin actually goes. That cotter pin has to go through that hole. You send it through this plastic bracket, you have the potential of killing somebody. This is just a fail-safe, the plastic. And you're going to have to use a pair of needle nose pliers to collapse this down while you use your other hand to pull this pin out. Very simple to do. It goes in from the passenger side and goes right through this adapter bracket through into the gas or into the brake pedal. So what you're going to want to do to get it out and in is, it's going to take some finesse. Now, be patient with this. You can get it out. You can do this in less than an hour. But what you're going to want to do on disassembly and assembly is you're going to have to rotate this around coming out, so that inside of the squirrel cage is where it goes on this. So you're actually going to rotate this in. Let me move this flashlight so you guys can see. Seems to be the hardest part of this job, is keeping light where you need it. But you see, this is the push rod for the master, but you're actually going to slide this in, and that's going to give you enough room carefully to slowly maneuver it up into place and actually rotate it up and in and get it up in there. And that'll save you about 4 hours of pulling the entire dashboard. And note, I've pulled these dashboards in 4 hours, but I've done quite a few of them. If this is your first time pulling the dashboard, I would expect 10 to 12 hours. Should be about what it takes you to go the other route. If you take your time and you're patient, this will work just fine. It'll function just fine, and you're not going to have any issues. Again, please don't tell all dad about this. They're already big enough buttholes on enough jobs. They screw over a lot of technicians. But this is one of those tricks where you took it to the dealer, you don't have $600, $700, $800 to pay just for the labor to put it in, plus the $500 or $300 brand new blower motor. This is how you do it. So hope this helps you guys out, and if it does, please drop a like. Feel free to leave comments with questions. Again, take your time and be patient, especially wiggling this around in there. You don't want to break anything up in there. You don't want to break the BCM. You don't want to break anything else. So take your time. It'll go just fine. Have an excellent day, guys. Hope this helped you.